We're going to look at problem 16 on our review for test 1. And this says find the function values. So our function is f of x equals 2x squared plus 7x plus 1. We want to find f of 3. This means we are going to let x be 3 and substitute the 3 into all the x's. This is like an evaluate question that you've been doing for a long time. It's just new notation. So we're going to substitute in 3. So first we'll do f of 3. So 2. We'll use parentheses because there is an exponent. We also will substitute the 3 into the other x. Now we'll simplify with order of operations. So our exponent will go first. 3 squared is 9. Keep our multiplication. There's no more exponents. Next, we'll do the multiplications left to right. So we have 18 plus 21. And then we will add and subtract left to right. So we have 39 plus 1 equals 40. Next, we'll find f of negative 2. So we're just going to be a little more careful because we have that negative sign. We're still going to substitute. So 2. Use parentheses. We're plugging in the negative 2. And we have an exponent plus 7. We'll use parentheses here. Negative 2 plus our 1. So, order of operations, exponent first. This sign does go to the power. Negative 2 times negative 2 will give you a positive 4. And there's no more exponents. We will do the multiplications left to right. So 2 times 4 is 8. 7 times negative 2 is a negative 14. And plus 1. Add and subtract left to right. Different signs. So we're really going to subtract sign of the larger. And then we have different signs again. Subtract sign of the larger. For problem 17, first of all, we want to determine if this relation is a function. And by the vertical line test, we will say no. You can draw a vertical line and it will hit in more than one place. So we will say no by the vertical line test. For the domain, this is what can the x be? So looking across, where is the picture? Right, there is none of it on the negative side. So the leftmost point of the picture is at 0. So for our domain, we're going to start at 0 and we'll include 0. Now, there is no restriction on it going to the right. You have arrows, so it's going to continue. So that will go to positive infinity. For the range, this is the up and down movement on the y. You have arrows, so as you go out farther to the right, it's going to continue down. Also, it's going to continue up. So there is no restriction on the range. It is going from negative infinity to positive infinity. Problem 18, the first question is this a function? And you will use the vertical line test. Is there any place where you can draw a vertical line that will hit more than one point on the graph? For this one, there is not. You can try a few vertical lines, but all of them are only going to hit one point. So this one is a function. Next, we'll look at domain. Domain is what can the x be? So looking across, going to the left, we have the arrow. So we can continue forever towards the left. So there's no restriction. Also towards the right, we have an arrow, so it will continue. So going across, we're going from negative infinity to positive infinity. No restrictions. Range is your vertical movement. The lowest place on your graph is 0, 0. So we're going to start at 0. we will include it. Now, going up, this will go up forever as it goes to the left and the right. So that will be a positive infinity. No restriction there. For problem 19, we're looking at a set of ordered pairs instead of a picture. And to tell if it's a function, you just have to check, does the x repeat? We have 4, -1, and 6. The x does not repeat, so yes, it is a function. The domain is all of the x coordinates. So we have 4, -1, and 6. If we put it in numerical order, -1, 4, and 6 is our domain. Our range, we have the 5 repeating, so we only have to put it once. It is okay for a value to repeat in the range. We want to use the graph of f of x to find f of 2. This is a little bit more difficult question than just the algebra form. So we're looking at the graph. You want to find 2 on the x-axis. So here is your 2. And then go up on your picture to see where it hits for x is 2. And so the y value is 1, 2, 3, where it hits. So f of 2 is 3. The next question, 21, asks us, first of all, is this function linear? It is not linear because of the exponent. The exponent is 2. On the equation of a line, the exponents will be 1. So this is not linear. And they ask us to sketch the graph. This is going to be a parabola, but even if you didn't know that, you could use a little T-chart and pick some values. Now, because it's not a line, you're going to need more than 2 points. So I would start with 0. If you plug 0 in, 2 times 0 squared. 0 squared is 0 times 2 is 0. So we get 0, 0. I would plug in 1, keep it simple. So 2 times 1 squared. 1 squared is 1 times 2 gives us 2. I would plug in -1. So 2 times -1 squared. -1 squared gives you still 1 because the negative does go to the power. Times 2 is 2. Right, and then I would probably go to 2. Right, we'll go over here. So 2 times 2 squared. 2 squared will give us 4. Times 2 is 8. And we'll do one more. Let's do a -2. 2 times a -2 squared. -2 squared gives us a +4. Times 2 also gives us 8. So let's see what it looks like. So we have 0, 0. We have 1, 2. We have -1, 2. We have 2. And we're going up to 8. And we have -2, 8. So we have a parabola